You want to be prepared for anything and on budget for your next camping trip? Keep watching. Hey guys, DIY Bree here. I post DIY videos, home decor, organization, thrifting, and today I'm helping you prepare for a camping trip. So first off, I may not be the most experienced camper, but I do have a lot of experience and skill with being prepared. Since I was a kid, I've always had a knack for that, and so I want to share with you my experience and the tips that I have for you. I want to start out by looking at Dollar Tree hacks and finds that can be really helpful camping. I love to start there where things are really cheap and you can get a lot of what you need. You know, a lot of these things are just in case or a one-time use, so you don't really need a large quantity or a good quality necessarily. They have duct tape. That's always good to have on hand just in case, to patch up holes, do repairs. Rope, zip ties, these are all things that are going to be handy. Rubber bands too, just things that you may end up needing, so better to have on hand. They also have bungee cords. And then to address the weather, a couple ideas. They have shower curtains that you can use as a tarp. They've got shower caps. You can get a pack of 8 and use those to put your muddy shoes into when you're crawling into the tent or when you're getting into your car and you don't want to track all that mud along with you. And they also have some booties that are specifically to put over your feet. They've got cheap ponchos you can use, and then a clothespin and hooks set up where you can string between trees and hang up stuff to dry, hang up your dishes. I've seen people use those plastic cake caddies to place their plates and silverware to keep them from blowing away and keep them clean and keep bugs off of them. I can usually find those mosquito repellent wipes there too, which is really handy to have little packs that you can throw into your hiking bag, in your pockets. And speaking of bug repellent, they've got hydrocortisone cream you can grab. It's a great item to have on hand when you get those inevitable bug bites and want to prevent the scratch, especially for kids. Well, not just for kids, adults too. I scratch. And maybe Band-Aids too. Any of those first aid kit items would be really great to grab at the Dollar Tree. And then you can buy a little caddy to put them all in too. They've got little toolbox options and those kinds of things, and they've got clear ones. You can see everything you have. If you can find those over-the-door shoe hangers, those are great. Hang somewhere while you're camping, and then you can see everything you have. You've got your sunscreen, your bug spray, your cooking spray, and utensils, and all laid out so everyone can see exactly what they have and they can see it and grab it. Those stackable plastic bins that they have would be nice too, to set up in your tent to kind of organize a couple of the things that you're keeping in there. Obviously nothing that's gonna attract bears, but maybe some clothing items and your water bottle or something. It can sort of act as your own little nightstand, place to keep your phone and your glasses, your wallet. It's so nice to have it in a confined space, especially when you're doing long-term camping. Otherwise things can just spread all over and get lost, and it's a nightmare. They have those collapsible water doggy bowls there too, which are nice not just for pets, but for cooking or anything. It's nice to have collapsible dishware to use when you're camping. Using those solar powered stake lights would be awesome to place around your camp to kind of light your pathway, to keep you from tripping over the stakes around your tent. A great way to install lighting temporarily. And then the Dollar Tree is also a great way to get a variety of different individual snacks, like the little peanuts or pistachios, well, any kind of nut really. And then the freeze-dried fruit is also a really great snack too. And those are kind of my best things to look for at the Dollar Tree. And then a few items that I picked up at the Walmart for my camping trip. This tablecloth that is just kind of a picnic tablecloth that you can clip onto the table at your campsite. I forget what it's called, but I grabbed one of these. If you don't like the cheap Dollar Tree version, this is a nicer version of that sort of strap that you can carabiner on. Lots of camping accessories that you need to access or hang to dry. It's great for swimsuits and wet rags, kitchen supplies. I like to grab my headlamps from Walmart there too. They've got cheap little ones and then some bigger, heavy duty ones that actually are pretty effective to light up the area around you. And then I love this little tent patch kit that you can grab and slip into your bag and to give you a little peace of mind, especially when the weather doesn't go the way you hope. A big tip that I love is having a pre-packed bag, like a backpack for your excursions while you're camping, to go to the beach or to go hiking or any sort of activity outside of your campsite. This is mine, and I want to show you the items that I have packed in it that are separate from the other items from the campsite. That way you have one bag when you're ready to go. You don't have to spend the whole morning packing it. Just maybe grab a water bottle and you're set to go. I've got tissues from the Dollar Tree, some hand wipes also from the Dollar Tree. Obviously for the price you could get a bigger one, and they have those too, which are really nice for a larger bag. But these tiny ones, even though they cost the same amount, are just nice for the convenience to have a little one for smaller excursions and, you know, circumstances where you don't need a huge one. Keeping things small and minimal is kind of important when you're hiking and you don't want to carry around your whole suitcase. Then I've got a Sunbum chapstick in here. We've got regular sunscreen in there, a hand sanitizer, and then we'll get into the first aid stuff. This little first aid box I got from Walmart for a couple bucks, and I just sort of enhanced it and added a couple more things to it. So it already had band-aids, a cleansing wipe, and like some gauze bandages. And so I added a teeny bag of some Benadryl. Some of the people we were camping with had some allergies, and I wanted to make sure we had that covered. A little travel-sized tablet of Advil, and then some eye drops. Nothing like getting something in your eye to make your trip miserable, especially for the little ones. Yeah, it can be traumatic. So we've got some snacks, including the little fruit pouches. You can get 3 for $1 at the dollar store, and they have different flavors. This is one of their individual nut snack bags. And then these little That's It bars just have fruit in them. I think I got a box of these at the Walmart, but they have like a full-size one, and the mini ones are really nice too because my kids won't eat a whole one. A variety of ponchos. These are the Dollar Tree ones, and then these ones from Walmart are more durable for long-term use. I also had in there mosquito wipes. You might want some sort of utility knife as well. And then if you want to have it pre-packed with water, get a metal water bottle and fill that up and throw that in there. And if not, then just grab a water bottle on your way out to your hike or whatever activity and you're all set. I wanted to share a helpful tip with packing, and this can apply to any sort of trip. I like using rubber band. You can have one on your wrist so they're easy to use, and just bundling together your top, bottom, underclothing, and socks, and in this case for my son, a diaper. But if you just lay that all together, fold it into itself, and just roll it up and throw a rubber band on it, it's not going to take up a lot of space, be really compact, and it's really easy for quick mornings when you just need to grab everything and get dressed and head out. This has been really helpful with my kids, so I don't have to take the time to build their outfit and realize I forgot to get their socks and I have to run back. Throughout the days I was adding the rubber bands onto my wrists and could use them throughout the day with other activities or to close up our chip bags while we were camping, different things like that. One major hack that I'm really loving is using one of those plastic chest of drawers, like the Sterilite brand or anything really. Most people have these lying around in their house. They're easy to find at a thrift store, and you don't need anything nice. The idea is just something with drawers so you can have a little organization, and you can just keep this in your trunk or wherever in your campsite. I've organized it. There's one drawer that just has like skin stuff, so different sunscreens, face sunscreen, bug repellent, bug wipes, lotion. I also threw in this sleep mist that has some essential oils in it that are supposed to keep ticks away. So I like to use that to kind of spritz around the ankles of me and my kids as an added precaution. And then we've got another drawer with tools and gear we might need. That's where I put like the zip ties, tarp straps, all those kind of tooly things. And then we've got another drawer with kind of the battery type stuff. Little handheld fans because my daughter gets hot, flashlights. So obviously you can organize this however you and your family need it, but I found this really useful, and I just used some tape along the front of each drawer and just kind of wrote temporarily what I was storing in each of those drawers. And so it's easy to send your husband to go grab something from the car. Having it labeled really helps him and helps you remember where to put it back. You're probably gonna have to reach for a lot of these things multiple times, and so having one place for it and not having to dig around and remember. I don't know. If I don't have a designated place for something, I will set it somewhere and totally forget and then have to spend an hour looking for it again. So this has really been helpful for me. You see here the Johnson's Creamy Baby Oil. I heard good things about this being a good mosquito repellent. This was appealing to me because it smells nicer than other bug repellents. So we use that and lather that on, and use bug spray too as another precaution. But it was nice to have a gentler product like that to lather all over my kids and use, especially in the evenings. A battery-powered air pump for your air mattresses is always nice to have, so you don't have to turn on your car and finagle plugging that in. And a charger for your phone that you don't need to plug in as well would be great. Extra batteries for headlamps and flashlights. Any sort of solar-powered light is great too. A tool belt or a fanny pack. I use this a lot for any sort of trip or excursion. It's nice that it's clear so you can see exactly what's in there and grab it, because you know, not all dresses have pockets, like in this case, especially as a mom. You need your phone and your chapstick and your keys and your kids' toys and snacks and all that. But I used this one when we went camping, and it was nice to have a water bottle just strapped to my hip, and the front pocket is magnetic. I got this at Walmart, by the way. So I would throw my phone in there and it would snap shut, so I didn't have to bother zipping it every single time. And there are a couple pockets with zippers, and yeah, this was really nice and very sturdy. Even when this was full of water and it was heavy, it held together really well. So highly recommend some sort of strap-on bag. Citronella candles are great as well to kind of keep the bugs away. My sister brought one to put on our table. I mentioned hydrocortisone cream. That was something we forgot and definitely regretted. Having a folding table, if you can fit it, is really nice too, to spread out meals or to play cards and games and things like that. And then you have the option of moving the table around, whereas the ones usually on your campsite are not so movable. It's really nice having a designated bin or bins for all of your camp gear, so they're all in one place. You can keep a checklist taped onto the inside of the lid that shows all the items that are in there, and you can mark off what's in there or what has been used up and you need to replace. It's a lifesaver when getting organized, so you don't have to spend weeks preparing for your next trip. I always forget this because I don't want to bring a ton of shoes with me, but having slip-on shoes can be really nice, especially when you're coming in and out of your tent a lot, so you're not hopping around to try and get your shoe on every time when you're just hanging out at the campsite and you don't need your good hiking boots or whatever. Make sure to bring some sort of laundry basket to keep all your dirty clothes, especially when you're camping. My sister turned me onto this idea, bug repellent spray for your clothes. The brand is called Sawyer. It's odorless once it's dried, but you just kind of drench your clothes or any sort of fabric like your tents, your camping chairs, sleeping bags, etc. And it will repel bugs for 6 weeks or 6 washes, whichever comes first. So I haven't personally tried this, but I've heard good things about it. I'll put a link to it from Amazon down below for you to check out. So I'll have linked below a complete camping checklist to help you make sure you don't forget anything and think through all the possibilities of stuff that you may need. Alright, so I hope all of these little tips and hacks and ideas are helpful to you guys. Please let me know in the comments if I forgot anything, if you've got tricks up your sleeve as well. Please share them with all of us so we can help each other in this community. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. We can do this. We can do this. We're good. We're good. We can do this.